Kaizer Nation, Sanbonan Bafeti. Welcome back to Football Trends with me, the QB. Now, on today's video, guys, we will be looking at, what Kaizer Chiefs youngster, Duduzi Shabalala, has said. At this point, I'm still asking myself, should we be calling him a youngster? Because, hey, Bafeti, Kulilo Lomonto, at the age that he is, he should have, he should be making something because Ngashut is at his prime. But anyways, you guys will let me know in terms of that. And then also we do have, something from Opobi Motawong, especially Kaizer's management, in terms of, something, which we'll touch on later. Also, the legends, I'm talking about Dr. Kumalo and Itumile Nkune. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know why phone naming was silence. But then, as I've said, guys, we do have to talk about all those things. So let me just quickly put this phone on silence. Hey, yeah, I'm doesn't phone never feature. This person doesn't even want to give me mine. Just kidding. But anyways, let's go to those updates, guys, and then we can talk about it. So yeah, where was I? Let's see. Well, I think I will start with the legends themselves because obviously, if you remember correctly, back then we had a game that we played. The past two games, actually, they were not good for Mduduzi Shabalala. He's been having it hard, missing chances that he could have used, which could have helped us a lot. But at the end of the day, things were not too bad. So I do not fault him that much. Obviously, I understand a lot of Ama fans, okay, they just are mad at him. But anyways, let me start with, the legendary goalkeeper, Itumele Nkune, on what he says. But I don't think it makes sense. I think maybe we should start on him to do Shabalala on what he said in terms of, those difficult moments for him currently. And then we will get to the advices that were given to him or what the legends think should be done in terms of helping Umfana Witrapana do or die. So this is what Mdudu is saying. He says, it took me some time to be able to handle critics because when you are young, you are happy when they talk good things about you. But when it's bad, you can't deal with them. But for now, I've been around players who've been in the same situation as mine and learned from them. They also taught me. And also being in this type of environment makes one grow because you can see things in a mature way, not with emotions. That is something that was said by Mdudu Shabalala. Well matured. It's a good statement from Mdudu. I believe he's sounding more matured. And then I don't know in terms of, him dealing with the whole situation, but definitely it does look like he's dealing with it in a calm way, trying to make sure he get back to his, best without a lot of complications. But anyways, as I've said, we do have the comments from Itu Kumeling and also Dr. Kumalo. This is what Itu is saying. He says Shabalala always finds himself in good scoring positions, but unfortunately he lacks the unawareness he needs to stay calm because he's always rushing his decisions. I was a goalkeeper. I know when I'm facing a striker. Luckily, I was taught differently that as a goalkeeper, stay on your feet as much as possible, as long as possible, and decide for the striker. Not the striker deciding for you, but most goalkeepers, they come out, they commit themselves. So, this is what he's saying. Also, he further said, so there, Shabalala should have picked up his head and seen that the goalkeeper is going down. Maybe just chip it a little bit. But it needed some height because other goalkeepers, they commit. Unfortunately, he missed again, but I'm happy that he's getting himself in those good scoring opportunities. Well, this is what I call constructive criticism, guys, coming from Idukune. Definitely, no. This is what you need to do, next time. But also, I'm happy you are creating those chances for yourself, which definitely it's something that, from my side of views, I was not thinking about it. So, this one is very interesting. I like it. And then we move to Dr. Kumalo. This is what he's saying. He says, like I said, congestion of games, it doesn't give the team chances for them to be able to deal with this. The chance that you saw is the same 3 chances he had against Stellenbosch, but unfortunately they didn't have time to go and rectify those mistakes. So in the instant, it's an individual into not the collective. It's an individual against Stellis that had 3 opportunities to score, but he couldn't execute properly. So we call that functional training. So you can't fault probably the boy because there's somebody who is coaching him. It's a coachable situation. What we do, we play the ball towards the left with the cone before we can put in a defender. The cone, it represents a defender, so it makes him to execute properly, but they don't have time to do that. Dr. Kumalo, which is true. We played back-to-back games, which we even had Khalil complaining in terms of Tina, we are playing a lot of games, other teams are not playing a lot of games, things like that, which obviously, as I've said, it's something that I'm not going to entertain a lot, but I do understand where the coaches are coming from. It's a situation that obviously we cannot be able to deal with. We can just complain and then things just change, but we have to find solutions from our side, come up with the plans or tactics that are going to help us in terms of this situation. And then also going to Bob Stick Bafetu, he did have something to say in terms of, Kaizer Chiefs being this consistent. By the way, we have been consistent, guys, this season, or this second half of the season, I can say. The reason why I'm saying that is because we've been scoring our goals, which is good. We're not playing a game where we end up siyaluza and it's losing a nil. We've been trying our best to make sure that each and every game that we play siyakora. I don't know which one is losing a nil guyo. Even Stellis, I think we scored against Stellis. It was 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely, this is good. It's showing a lot of progress. It's showing a lot of, consistency when it comes to the team. Because we used to complain a lot to Abachita, they are not scoring. Now they are scoring. And obviously, us, we will never be satisfied until we get what we want. But so far, Abachita have been doing good. We've been complaining about the fact that we score only 1 goal, which it was more it was more apparent with the game that we played against Al Masri, because you could see Abachita, when we capitalized, we then relaxed, which was not supposed to be the motto. We were supposed to make sure we continue with the progression. So definitely that is something that I feel like we need to rectify going into the newer games. Also, there is a point that I did raise in terms of being aware, the awareness of the players. So I'm hoping with this few days that we have, obviously I feel like Abachita, they're traveling today or tomorrow, but so far I wish we could have rectified from those past few days that we had Singadlali. I wish we could have rectified those mistakes in the training, because as Dr. Kumalo said, this as a coach is a coachable situation. So I'm hoping Abachita have been coached, and it's something that they're working on or working towards fixing in terms of that problem. So moving on, guys, as I've said, we do have something in terms of Bob Stick. This is what Bob Stick is saying in terms of us, and consistency and all of that. The reason behind consistency, actually.
It's the planning and the consistency that we kept the technical staff, and the planning last season and this season in terms of player positions, and looking at the type of quality players we've got now. It's not easy for some of them, because some started this season, some started last season, and it was not easy for them too. We're not yet where we want to be in terms of scoring those goals that we need and achieving what we want to achieve. But if you look at the consistency of us keeping the technical staff and obviously managing the squad as it is, helped us a lot. It's helping us a lot, even for the future. Even for the future, you look at the generation that we've got now. It's a young generation, and they really need to be given time and be patient. But keeping the technical staff.
Well, guys, you've heard it from the man himself. Definitely, I do agree with him on what he's saying. He said two crucial points. Looking at the future of Kaizer Chiefs, and it's something that I raised a few days ago. Ngasho ngathi, with how we've been performing, I believe Oguti Kaizer Chiefs should solely invest in terms of those youngsters, because definitely it is something that is working out for us. It's a direction that I feel like it's going to help us in the long run. Obviously, Rome was not built in one day, Bafetu. That is a famous quote, and I'm quoting it because it is something that we all know of. And so, yeah, what he's saying is definitely true. And then also having a lot of squad, that is another point, very important point when it comes to squad depth, because we have a lot of players and then we can be able to tackle a lot of situations, unlike back then when we had few players, which was going to be a problem, especially when it comes to games like this one. So now we have a lot of players, we have a lot of squad depth, and also in Bashilo we have a lot of youngsters who you can clearly see definitely Kaizer Chiefs is starting to lean towards more. So you see the likes of Fabo, Luke Batman, Velepai, Abom Duduzi, like not just Duduzi, but you can see Abom Fundo Villaraz, being given huge responsibility. Guys, trust me, the attacking role or the number 10 role is not an easy role. So giving Umfana Omnane that huge responsibility, it says a lot about the confidence that we have in him. And clearly it is something that we say, no, we want you there, we want you to get there, and we want you to drive. So that is something that I feel like it's showing the signs of which Abajita, the team, the entire Kaizer Chiefs is leaning towards more youngsters, but obviously with the guidance of senior players who are more experienced. Definitely that does help a lot more. So yeah, guys, I believe this is what I had for you on today's video. Please don't forget to like the video, guys. Thank you so much for always supporting me whenever I need you guys to be here. I'm hoping guys, later on things can combine so that we can have more live streams, better engagement, because I would love to hear my opinions, guys. I feel like for me personally, I'm ready to have those conversations where we can do the live shows. We talk. It's not just a talk. We are Vela as a viewer at home, you talk comfortably. If you feel like it's going to be a problem, then we will try to do it in a form of a call, but I would prefer a video call, not just the call but the video call, so that we can interact better, and then also the viewers at home can be able to see you, like we have those conversations that we need to have. And then moving to my comments, guys, I do have Umzengesi. He says Shabalala plays a lot, but he need to take pressure down, think and calm down when he's in front of goalkeeper. Most of fans, we talk bad because all they need is a win. They don't mean some of the words sometimes. That is true. Whenever we are angry, even me that day when we played against Stellenbosch FC, I was so mad, especially to Shabalala. But to play game, I was calm, and then I even told you guys, okay, I understand you guys are mad at Shabalala, but let's be honest, certain kind of things happen, and it's gonna need more than him tackling this situation. He needs a lot of support. So simsize to get back into form. You understand, when you are a player and then you do badly and then you don't have the support or the backing of your players, your fans, or your teammates, it becomes a big problem. But then when you see that there's a belief, they believe in you, they believe you can do a lot better. For example, take I think it was Nkosana or Mangoba, also Emena, between those two players when we played on the Toyota Cup tournament of the friendly game. Obviously we lost, I believe, but then you look at how we played. I think it was the first one. You look at how we played, and then we had this youngster introduced, did not have the best game, but then with the belief that was shown to him, Omfana ended up, coming back, and we saw the best performance from him. So definitely, same as here, we just need to give Mfana a bit more patience and also simnikeze support here too. But other than that, Nati, we need to make sure that we try, or them, they need to make sure that they try, Oguti, they give him the right tools, they do what is necessary for him to be able to get there. So definitely that is the support that he needs to get, not just from the fans but also from the Kaizer Chiefs themselves. And then I also have Utabang says, love you Kosi for life. Sibonga lapho Utabang. We also love Amakosi. Thank you so much for being here. And then Chobela, well done management, do need a great support. Definitely guys, I believe this is it. As I've said, please do not forget to like the video. I'm hoping we can later on with something new. I don't know, but there is something that has been happening and I feel like it's something that we need to touch on. By the way, as I've said, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also, as I've said before, or I've mentioned, I do have a different channel which I've posted on my post. You can check Kuba post pages and then you will see just here on YouTube, you will see cars with QP, where obviously I post content about a motor in this fun analyzer. But anyways, I believe this is it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later on with something new. Peace.